Hello everybody, how is everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. Uh, I think I'm gonna move myself over here for that. There we go. But hey everybody, the camera's not fully in the position I want it in yet, so give me one moment. I don't know why it's not. There we go. There we go. Well, for the most part, I can also just move over the mat. So, hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And yeah, we are going to have music in the background still while we're going, because it's going to be today. We have the 1/144th Real Grade Shining Gundam. Before we get into it, though, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And yeah, that's mainly it. So, Real Grade Shining Gundam. I pre-ordered this back, I want to say November of last year. And it has been kind of... This one has had a rocky way of getting to me for model kits. This Gundam specifically, which we do have we have a model here to also help watch us build his younger yet also seemingly bigger brother, our RG Shining Gundam, which I did not build on stream. I bought him at the same time I bought this. So I had to bring him home from work so he could watch. But yeah, bought it back in November. It said it was a Q2 2025 release, and Q2 would be the second 3 months of the year. So that would be April, May, June. June rolled around, came and went. We got to July, and I checked the website that I ordered from, USA Gundam Store. Lovely people. I do recommend them. They have never let me down on getting models. Well, this time they still did not disappoint, and they actually, I did reach out to them at one point asking, "Hey, where's Shining Gundam?" And they responded with mentioning it has been bumped to a Q3 release. So yeah, this guy was bumped, and last week they finally said they got him, or it was earlier this week they said they got him in and that he had been shipped. So we are going to get right into it with, holy cow, that is an amazing looking instruction manual. And for anyone wondering, this is Soren Markov playmat. I don't have an actual desk mat, so I just use a playmat from Magic. Also trying to super glue something off to the side, so I'm trying to not completely just drop something on top of that super glued item. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of these sprues in plastic. We're gonna go ahead and get all those out, and while we do, you can listen to music, chat, chill, whatever you want to do, everyone. I was thinking about making it a later stream because I potentially had a meeting I needed to go to, but I don't think they're having it to where I can join, so we're just gonna go ahead with this. Oh, did I leave one in here? Did I leave one in here in a different spot than I usually leave stuff? If you're wondering what I'm looking for, I am looking for a knife. Because this one's not an easier open one like the last one was. Where did I put the... I think I moved most of my knives into other rooms. Okay, so I will be right back. Let me go get a knife. Never mind. I looked again, and there was a tiny one that was nearby. It is a little rusty, but it is a Ranger. So, and by a little rusty, I mean completely rusted. But I've had tetanus shots before. I'm fine. Alright. We're not even going to use this rusty knife, actually. Okay, so get that bag out of the way. We'll just brute force most of this. Hopefully some of this is just the same kind of, yeah, peel and tear bags. Now there you can see some of the gold pieces we're going to have from where he does his, like, super mode. Not the full super mode, but his, like, just pulling out the gold underneath the armor super mode. Okay, so we now have all of those bags. Let me actually go grab the trash can so that I can throw those bags away. Or, well, a trash bag, I should say. Not the trash can, because I don't really need the trash can, so. Alright. There we go. The bags have now been thrown away. And if we need the trash for anything else, oh, we have it. Don't think we will, because I usually try to keep the sprues. I don't know why, I just do. So, we've got, this is a G. This dark plate right here is a D. Let's see what we have here. 2 I's, the gold ones. I'm gonna put those all the way over here, off to my right. Here's A1. So since we're gonna have numbered ones, I'm gonna put the 2 numbered ones in different spots. There's an E, another E, so I'm gonna put the other E over with A1, because we might need that. Same with the I's, I'm gonna split them up. This blue plate is an H, we'll put that there. Actually, we'll put it and the saber pieces off to the side. And in case anybody forgot, since the last time we built a high grade, I've got clippers, a mold line remover, and these. Now, I normally do have a knife on me, but like I said, knife's in the other room, so yeah. This is a C sheet. This is an F sheet. Sticker sheet, which has a lot of stickers on it, much more than the previous ones. That is a B sheet, which we're going to put off to the side, because it has very few pieces. And I'm assuming this is A2. This is A2. Alright, so I'm not sure what all we're going to need in each. I'm going to try to... I've still not made the setup the way I want it to be. Honestly, I don't know if there is a way for me to kind of zoom back. Looks like it doesn't have a zoom function on this camera. One reason to go to my throne and help me with, I think there's a, I do believe I have a camera on there. Let me go double check. It would be under my streaming items section. No, I do not. Well, I should probably add one at some point. That's on me. But if you want to help me with other stuff, there is other model kits on there you can put towards that I will build on stream. There is some coffee and energy drinks that if you pay towards them, I can get them, like 100 servings of Russian Badger's Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, or the Dubby flavors that I like, plus ones I'm willing to try, and there's also the Chef's Choice. New set of headphones, some games I'd be willing to play, all kinds of stuff on there. But for now, looks like someone's messaging me. Hold on a second. There we go. Responded there. Alright, so now we are going to work on this. So first page, wow, this one is actually a booklet, and it doesn't like flip out a bunch of the way. Alright, I'm fine with this. So it does have its precautions section, which we can look at. It mentions where we go to. It mentions there may be extra nubs. Some of them need to be clipped, some probably don't. Yeah, there's a do not cut thing right here. Choose one, rotate as indicated, build specified number of parts, realistic decal number, which realistic decal is this, it's a sticker. Do not over tighten screws if we had screws, apply glue here if we had that. Pay attention to part orientation, follow numerical order, and of course, we have a thing that says all of our sheets. It gives us a rundown of Shining Gundam, and we're going to be making the leg units first, it looks like. So, the first sheet is the E sheet. Looks like we're going to be making 2 off of it. E looks white on that, but I think it's, yeah, no, E's black. Okay, so E is the black sheet, and it's the one that I did separate the two, so yeah. We're going to have one on my right side of my hand, one on my left side. That way we can differentiate. So the first 3 pieces are E1, 6, and 11. So 1 is up here. So you usually just follow the numerical, but sometimes they take them out of order. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5's here, 6 is here. So let's go for 1 first. And like I've done previously, I will snip part of it, and then I'm going to double check the piece after I get it snipped. Make sure I got it fully flush. So that one will go off to the right. 6. And I am trying to keep the kit, the thing in frame as best as I can. Alright, so this one, part of it did kind of spin before it. So I need to check for sprue. Got it. Okay. Okay, wait. Oh, my YouTube, I accidentally paused it. Okay, there we go. And the other one after 6 was 11. So 6 stops here, then it goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11's right here, right beside 6. So we gotta just look at the orientation on it. And then kind of go from there. And there we go. So this one will go off to my right side. And I will cut the sprue on this one as well. So same places, 1, 6, 11. So I'm just gonna back it up so I can see it a bit easier. The past times I've done this, I've had light sources a bit closer. This time I really wasn't expecting, or I wasn't expecting Shining, and I had planned stream today to be Shining Gundam whenever I got him, or well, I planned it the minute I got him in, but I forgot to move my lights before stream, so it is kind of a bit harder to see right now for me. Might actually, yeah, hold on. Let me get light, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back with a lamp, I have to move a lot of these sprues. So, give me 1 second. And if you hear something in the background, it's more than likely my fan. So, but yeah, grabbed a lamp that I usually have in the bedroom. It's a bedside lamp. And I just took the topper off it. Or the shade off it, so. Oh. A little bit blinding on me, but it should be fine. Alright, let me grab my mouse and move it a little bit. Alright, so. Now, if I look at these. So, this piece has to go like this. This piece like this. And this piece like this. Yeah, so place it like so. And then this one will snap together like so. Okay, and there we go. Looks like we're actually making the lower leg units, so we're probably making the feet right now. Let me grab these again. Alright, so similarly, you do the same thing. Connect these two right here, try to make them as flat as possible. Then grab this, put it over top, and down until you hear it snap. Well, click is what you want. Alright, so next is E5 piece. And it looks like it has a side view where it can move. So we found where 6 is, so 5 was right beside it. Let me just... Alright, now this one's got 2 pieces down there that I want to be careful of. Alright. Now, unlike the previous 3 pieces on each one, this one did get a little bit of flash left. So we're going to cut that off. Put that to the side. Do the same thing over here. So 5 is right here. Now it's liable this one has a little bit of flash as well. Minimal flash. Alright, so then it says to put this on here. Ah, okay. So you put it on and then... Wait. No, I moved it too far forward. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay. 1, it's not coming back off. So it's linked in there. I think that's right where it says it to be. Okay, so it's a bit weird. A bit janky. Okay, yeah, it looks like there's something that fits into a groove. And once you've got it in that groove, it kind of just magically stays in there, I guess. I don't know, this one's not one. No, there we go. Okay. So the next thing is there are 2 pieces, E15. It looks like they're saying to cut something. So E15, so 11 was here, 12, okay, 13's over here, 14, 15's right here. Here it is, underneath my ring finger there. I see what they mean. Okay, so I'll show it if it doesn't snap off of this one. It didn't. Good. So, when you look at it, there's, it's kind of hard to see because these pieces are a bit small and my camera's not the best. You can see that circular bit right there. That's not meant to be there. That is meant to be cut off. So we just snip, pick up that little circular piece and throw it in the trash. Alright, and then this piece actually goes up here. It's kind of like, I guess like a toe or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's what it's meant to be like, but yeah, there it is. I think that's accurate. I hadn't heard a click, so it's kind of weird. It does show it moving down, so okay, yeah, no, it was like a toe section, but it's the flat part of it. It's weird. Gundams are weird at times. So another number 15 real quick. And then this one, we're going to try to see if it'll just, the circular piece will just come off. No, they actually put a bit more. So I just tried, because you can just, generally if something will come off easy, you can just barely touch it and it'll start moving. And it didn't want to. So that means that actively, there we go. And there's the second one. Alright, so the next things are, okay, so they actually mention undergate. Parts designated undergate have excess runner on their inner or back sides. Make sure to trim the portions indicated by the pink arrow. Okay, so there are pink arrows very lightly on some of the sides of these two pieces. And apparently the next couple of pieces also have undergate. So the next 4 pieces do. And we're going to be using A1, A2. We're going to go back to E here later, so I am going to just kind of put these to the side. But we have A1 on our left. And now I got to find where I put A2. Ah, there it is. A2 on our right. So we'll start with our right side. It says we need A26 and A225. So and then we look, you have to look amongst all the colors because they're not, so like 6 is right here, or yeah, 6 is right here in the red because it goes 1, for some reason 2 goes into the white and then it goes 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't ask me why. The Japanese know better than I do on why they do stuff. So there's A26 and then A225. Let's see, 7, 8. I got to 8 and then the numbers disappear for a second. Hold on. Okay, so for some reason, I guess the other sheet might have more because it skips to 17, 18. I don't even see a 19. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 right here. It's in white. That is funky. Alright, so put that to the right side of me for a second. Let me make sure. So it does say that there is a bit of, okay, undergate. Ah, I see the undergate right here. So the undergate on this one is right here. It's very, it was a very minuscule amount towards the front of it. And then it says this one has 2 pieces. Ah, I see them. You can see the little bits that are like sticking out at the bottom that aren't supposed to be there. So those are undergate. So undergate pieces are designated with these arrows and not just saying undergate every time. Ah, okay. So next we put the red piece, number 6, on the front here, I think. Yep, there it is. It clicked on. And then this white piece goes on right here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, maybe this isn't pushed back right? Oh, there it is. Okay. So it had to be like kind of weirdly pushed. Okay, so to where it would sink in behind the gray part that we had put on earlier. But there we go. Alright, so on this one, same thing, 25 and 6, so it's going to be a red piece and a white piece. So 6 is right here. And like I've said with even the high grades, if there's a little slack on the kit side, okay, so 25's down here. If there's a little like give on the sprue, I'll try to twist it off, but a lot of this sprue seems to be very, very well put together. Okay, so now the undergate on these again. Alright, so okay, the undergate is a bit harder to cut than like a normal sprue flash. Alright, there we go. That one's clean. And then this one has its little bit right here. There we go. Alright, and now the next thing is to plug and play with putting them on this foot. Let's just do that, and there we go. That one was that red part was a bit easier than the other one, and this white part might be easier as well, since we know it's kind of got a it tends to happen that way, where the second time you do something it's a little bit easier. Okay, so the next two pieces are 4 and 3 in these. So I believe, if I remember, they were both, yeah, they're both red pieces. So, and they're right beside each other. Okay, so 4 has been cut out, and let me just pop out 3 there. Okay, so 3, it mentions, has 3 little bits. One that's right here on the edge, which I see that undergate. Not sure if it goes inwards on the undergate or not. The other two, just dropped it. It's very possible this one goes inwards. I am just gonna snip that a little further. There's another piece that's right below it, right here. And then one on the big back section over here. There we go. So that'll go like that, and then this one goes like this, so you need to see where... Alright, drop that off. There's another piece right here. And there we go. Now these ones are a bit more minuscule, so it's kind of harder for me to tell where they went. Okay, so it just kind of pops in right there. And then on the other side, it's probably going to do the same thing, just kind of pop in. Where is, okay. Here it is. Or not. There it is. Alright, popped in. Alright, so we're going to do the same on the other side. These two right here, and then pop them, get the undergate off them. So there's 4 again first. Then 3. Now the undergate on 3 again. And if anyone's wondering what kind of brand clippers I am using for this, I'm actually using Citadel brand, which is, Citadel is the stuff that Warhammer, it's Warhammer tools. And the thing about that, I've had these for years, so you can judge me all you want. It's not gonna it's not gonna hurt my feelings, because I found a good set of clippers that really works. Because at one point, I think I built these with mainly twisting and knives. So I think actually my first model kit was mainly just me doing just twisting it off the sprue without clippers, and then I got put on clippers, and it's like, ooh, I kind of need these. And I bought me this set, and this set has went with me forever. Like forever and a day, this set has gone with me. And there's that one. Same with the mold line remover. I actually got it sometime afterwards. It's Citadel brand. I only use it on certain occasions. And then these tweezers are from iFixit. I got them with my big iFixit kit I bought years ago. And like I said, I bought it years ago as well. So, okay, so the next parts, it says make sure the parts are facing the right way and in the right positions. So there is a specific way they have to be facing. And we're going to have to use some G. I see we're going to be using G's up soon. So the next thing is E10, 8, and 9. Well, 9 and 10 are here, and here's 8. So they're up in this little corner here. Now, 8, I might just be able to twist it out. Let me see if I can just twist it out. Yeah, some of them, they have it to where you can just do that. Now, 9 and 10, I've got to at least cut one spot before I can try twisting. 9. 10. Alright, so, when looking at this, there is... Doesn't look like there's any more specifics than just... Alright. It's gonna have to be like tilted a little bit. But beyond that specific, it doesn't look like there's anything else specific. Alright. Put it together just like it said. That way it'll go on just like... Uh-oh. Oh, was I supposed to put this on first and then? I think I was supposed to put this on, then put them on. Yeah, I was. Okay, let's see if we can get that back apart. So, sometimes it is harder to get these back apart, and... Oh, God, okay, so... Give me 1 second while I try to get these apart out of side of the frame. Also just noticed some flash on these. I'm not trying to actually get the flash, but... Okay, so... There we go. And see, that's why you have a mold line remover sometimes too. You can just kind of pull pieces apart. And sometimes you can just... there. Use it to pull it apart. So let's put it together right this time. Put this on the foot. Okay, hold on. There. Okay. It was being difficult. Not sure if... No, the foot's not supposed to be up like that yet. Okay. And then... Okay, so then this goes forward like that. And this one does the same thing. Okay. There we go. And there it is. Ugh. That's annoying. Okay, so we're going to try to do it the correct way this time without messing it up on the second one. So first off, same thing we did last time. Pop E out, or pop 8 out the easy way. Cut 2 little pieces. And then spin 10. And spin 9 out. Toss the thing to the side. Oh, accidentally caught SD Shining. Check them for a little bit of flash, because last ones had flash. And I noticed it just barely after it was combined. Alright, drop those 2 pieces. Grab this piece. Put it snugly down on that. Grab this. Put it right here. There we go. Had to find where it needed to sit. And then put this one together like so. And now you've got the ball. And this one had a little bit more flash that I did not think about. Okay, there. So, 2 feet have that ball thing. Now we need the G plates, and apparently these have a few extra instructions. Match the forms and combine them. Tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. Oh, and we do need the E's still. So each side is going to have a G. Wait, I don't remember having 2 Gs. Oh no, it's 1 G. It's just each side has multiple or different numbers. Okay, hold on. Let me find the G plate. That's the D plate. Here it is. The G plate. So one side, we'll use, since A2's been in parentheses and A2's on the right side, we'll use A2 over here. Or we'll use parentheses over here. So first off, E12. E12 is right here. We're going to be, as per usual, we're going to be gentle with getting this out to start. Okay, so there's that. And then in parentheses, it says 13 and 14G. Down here, these two. And it looks like 11 and 12 are the next two. So we're not going to go ahead and snip them, but we are going to go ahead and memorize where they're at, which is a bit lower on the sheet than I expected. And it's looking like all of at least the white plastic is very much, well, this is a gray plastic actually. The other stuff was white. This is gray. This one seems very much, okay, so if I'm looking at this correct, this has to be orientated this way. Oh shoot, which one was which? Okay, wait, I can look at the diagram. So this one is 13. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it does have a twist. So you put it on, there's a little notch that you push it on, and then you turn it. And it looks like you turn it until you hit the other side, but it also looks like you just leave it like this. I'm not sure on that one, because it looks like it says turn this way. I'm not sure. Now on this one, similar concept. Looks like the wing, there's like a little wing pattern on it. You put that on the inside. Okay, so you put this, because that's on the inside. Okay, where? Oh, there we go. I think I got it. It's not. Yep, there we go. And then like so. And I think, because the next panel has it looking, it has it upside down like this still though. No, it can't be. With the way the wings are shaped, it has to be like this. Okay, either way. So the next one is doing this again with this one. So E12 is right here. We're actually going to see if I can just do a quick spin on it to get it out of there. Yep, worked like a charm. Alright, and then like I said, 11 and 12. That's 11. We're going to put that on the lower side. Now see, this one's a bit, this one might have a bit of flash, because it did show a little bit of give. Yeah, a little bit, not much. Okay. So, this upside down again. Like so. Push it in, and then it should, it's not, okay, hold on. I don't think it went fully? Wait. No, it's staying right there. It's not going around to the other side like the other one did. That's weird. Okay, the other one... Move this forward, and then slide it back. But they both slide forward again. And that's accurate. Okay, so this other one's wrong. I might have the wrong wings on the wrong side. That might be what it is. So it might be that it's... Yeah, figured it out. Okay, so I had the wrong wing on the wrong side on these ones. Alright, there we go. Figured it out after that one actually worked correctly. Okay, so now on these next two, so we're going to start over here with the A2s. We're going to need A2 7, 26, and 8. So 7 and 8 are right here, these two pieces right here, and then 26 is this one right here. So let me just... There's 26. Now, it doesn't say anything about extra, like, cutoff, so undergate. So we're fine on undergate. There's 8. And there's 7. So 7 goes to this side, 8 to this side, and this down the middle. And it does specify that this has to go to where there's a little groove here. That goes down. Now it doesn't say any piece goes on first. So I should just be able to... Yep, there it goes. That snapped on pretty easily. And then... this on this down here. Come on. There we go. And this on this one down here. There we go. Now, we'll do that again over here. So now it's a 1. And A1s is the same numbers, 7, 8, 26. How's everyone's Thursday going? I know my day has been a bit hellacious, but figure everyone else's day has been great. I would hope. Alright, so we look for the little gap, put it towards the bottom. Now that time it didn't snap in. That also looks like it's a lot closer than the other one was. Yeah, that one... Okay, this first one... Okay, for some reason this one is just not wanting to act right. Okay, there we go. Maybe... There we go. Okay, it wasn't lining up with... There was some... I don't know how, again, the second time does it better. I lined it up perfectly on the second time. The first time, it just gets it... Oh. That one already had the side pieces... Or that one had the side pieces on... When I went back to do it. This one didn't. I didn't line this one up perfectly before putting on the side pieces. This one I just hazarded a guess and got it right. I am weird with that. Alright, so next is A25, which is this red piece. We're going to need it to connect in. It still says, wait, no, it's got a pink arrow. It's got a pink arrow, so let me look at this. Alright, we got it off the sprue. There's that. I think it's meant to be right here where I see a little bit of something, but I also just thought that that's from where I just took it off the sprue, so I honestly wasn't planning on that not coming off. Okay, that there, and then this goes down in order. This down and over, and it goes onto... There are two little like indents we got to get this onto. There we go. It's on the indents, and then this comes oop, have that upside down and slots in right there. So now we've got his first foot, and we can actually see these feet over on this Shining. As you can see, the little wing parts and the little things, which on this guy on SD, he was actually that completely was a stick. The gray part, the part that we just did that was kind of weird, that part was actually a sticker on him. So kudos to Real Grade for making that a straight up like connection point instead of just making it a flat white piece. Alright, so now same thing with this one. I feel like, okay, for a second there, that was actually almost being as much of a pain as the first time. Almost. Okay. And then this up like this, and attach like so, and another foot. So next is E pieces and a G piece. So there is a bit of turn on this E piece, and the G piece, it looks like both of them have a G, yeah, G10. There's two of them. So before we even get to the G parts, I'm gonna go ahead and snip them out. That way we just go ahead and have them ready, sitting there. Doesn't look like this thing says it's got any bit of overgate, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to pop G right there. Now the E piece it mentions is a E7. It's still up here. Ah, it's right here. So I'm going to snip one part of it and then try to spin it out. Yeah, there we go. Put that one there, and I'll go ahead and grab the other side. That way we can go ahead and just do the same thing. There we go. Alright, so now it does have a specific orientation looks like it's this way. Like, we're gonna put it on that way. Looks like you slide it on first, and then you spin it 180 degrees to where there's a little lip, and that little lip goes over top of the little connector point on the ball. And then this gray piece looks like it goes on like this, and it just goes down over. It mentions a click, but I didn't hear. I don't hear a click, but it's sitting there. Okay, so we'll just hope it's right. Watch, this one's gonna show me a click, and I'm gonna be like, ah. Okay, so that, turn it. Wow, that one actually turned a lot easier than the other one. And then this down like so. Nope, still no click. Okay, so there are the two legs. So now we determined which side's the right and which side's the left. I'm gonna make right leg probably my left hand. Or let me see what the piece is. Yeah, it does eventually use A1, so we'll make it the left hand one. So A2's is gonna move off to the side for a minute. Does it use any of the G parts to what I can see so far? No. So I can move A2 and this E out of the way, as well as G for now. It does use some of the other sheets, so I am going to have to grab some of the other like generalized sheets. But one of the sheets I notice it uses, I'm going to grab the other side before I grab it. Okay, so the sheets I notice is it's using an E sheet. It's using the C sheet, which is this sheet right here. Oh no, it is using G later. Hold on, let me grab G back. I just noticed it. G. There is the I sheet, as well as the H sheet. Oh no, the D sheet as well. D, H. Okay, F, B, and the pink sabers don't look like they're getting used yet. I'm going to put them over to the side a little more, and we're also going to grab the I sheet. So like I said, we're working with A1 to start, the right leg. Okay, so first thing is tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. Align with the grooves, and one of them does spin. So we grab the E sheet, and it is E's 3 and 4, which are 3, 4. Hold on, there is a message on Discord. Or not Discord, Twitch. Audios, that is a bannable message. I don't know when you put that in the chat, but that is a bannable message. Banned. Goodbye. I actually didn't notice when they put that in there. They must have threw it in when I was not paying attention. But yeah, that message was a bannable offense message, so that's their own fault. Okay, so when you do 3, there's a little point here. You point it this way, and then you grab this. It says to align with the grooves, push it in as far as you can, and then turn it 90 degrees. So we've turned it 90 degrees, and then we're going to put that down. and grab E2. And there's, again, another piece we do not snip on it. This one we are going to have to... Okay, so it's right here. I'm going to get it a little closer because there is, like it said, a piece that we don't snip. I'm going to just... There we go. Alright, and then we grab the C sheet. The C sheet is... H is the blue sheet. C sheet is this dark gray. It's not black. The D sheet is the black sheet. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we're looking for numbers 43 and 41. So it's going to be down here. Okay, so here's 43 and here's 41. They're very low on the sheet. So 41's right here. We're going to go ahead and just snip and snip. So 41. And then 43. And looking at it, it looks like it also has 42 and 44 being the same type of thing. So it's probably going to have me come back to this sheet whenever I do the left leg. So I'm going to put that sheet to the side for a second while I grab these. Okay, so E2 shows the nub, and then it's got... It's got this going in like so. Oh. Come on. There we go. It's got it going. There we go. Okay, it goes in like so, and then you grab this, and it does the same thing, but it also snaps in down below. There we go. And then you grab your piece you just made over here. You find the piece with the bottom section, and you put it... Okay, looks like you push it, align with the grooves, tightly fit them as far as they'll go, and then... Okay, so from this direction, it says to spin it 90 degrees this way. Yep. So it's now the thing at the top is now facing the opposite direction like this. Alright, and then we need 2 of the E pieces and a G piece. So the G piece is actually, you know what, the G piece is buried, so let me grab the G piece real quick. Okay, so the G piece is G15. Down here. So it looks like, again, another piece similar, so 16 will probably be the one for the other leg. Oh. Thought I'd broke something, so glad I stopped for a second to look. Alright, next is E13 and 14. They're right here, right beside each other, so that's at least easy to grab. In a second I will have to move a little bit just to grab my headphone cable. Okay, so 13 and 14 look like they have under gate, so we're going to put them to the side. Put that there and that there. Okay, so let me grab my headphone cord real quick. It's not much movement, it's just mainly me getting the cord. Okay. Alright, and there we go. Cord is hooked up. So now, okay, so this mentions it's got 2 pieces of undergate. One right here, up towards the top. And then one down here towards the bottom, which must have already been cut off somehow, because it's not there. Alright, so this white piece pops in right here, and this piece, with it going towards that, it actually goes in right here at the top, it says. And then this piece, which has, yep, that's got the undergate right there. It's actually a very prominent piece of undergate. And then, like I said, that it says there's a bottom undergate there, but it looks like it was already snipped. Like, it was already pre-cut that way. But then you just push them together. And they're kind of like so. I'm not sure if there's like what orientation they're supposed to be in yet, because we do kind of go away from them. So the next two pieces are eye pieces, or the next three are eye 6, 7, and 9. 6 and 7 are down here, and 9 is this one right here. Hold on, had a piece of hair on me. So we're gonna be gentle with these, because 9 does have some pieces that can't be snipped. Okay, so 6. Oh wow, these are really molded on there. Okay. So there's 6 completely snipped out. Might have to look at the mold lines on that one, or the mold, the flash, just to see. Okay, there we go. Next is 7. It's very tiny, very, looks like it would be easy to break. So we're going to try and do this very carefully. Alright, got it off there. Those two will go together in a second. We're going to go ahead and get 9. 9 has a piece that it says do not snip. And it's up here towards... Wait. Okay, it's up here. The problem is I'm not sure what it's talking about. Hopefully I didn't just snip it. No, looks like there's still a nub there, so... Now we grab 6 and put 7 into it. And they kind of just push in. And then once you do that, you take and put it right here, like so. And then move this forward and go ahead and grab I8. So this one right here. And you gotta take and put it, so it looks like, okay, the way it goes is this, and then it goes up and under these little two prongs up here. And you, I guess you could do it like this and then roll it back, and you roll that forward. That's a little gold piece. and it goes into D20. So D is this big sheet here. 20 is probably one of these. Yeah, 20's right there. So let's go ahead and just snip and spin it a little. Alright, so it shows that it goes like so, and it goes up in here, it looks like. But how? Okay, so it is very finicky, I think. Okay. Okay. Looking at it, it is supposed to be fully up on that thing, so... Okay. Ugh, let me straighten out my back real quick while I'm trying to do this. Okay. Just try to do a little bit of wiggling. Okay, that didn't work, so let me pull back for a second. Okay, so... that's fully forward, right? Or do I have this on upside? Okay, so there is a possibility. And that means I need to take it back a step. Okay. It is possible... okay, come on. Come off there, you! Okay, now it's not wanting to come off, but it is possible that this piece that I popped in... it's very possible I have this the wrong direction. Hold on. I do. I can see it now. Pretty sure I have this the wrong... these little boosters the wrong direction. So I've got to see if I can get those popped back off. Well, I popped that back off. I8. So maybe I can pop this off now. I6 and 7 off of 9. And it is on there tight. Ah, got it. Alright, so I'm going to flip it over, because apparently I put it on wrong the first time. And then this goes up over this, up and over, and then as far down as it'll go. That looks actually... whoa, wait. That might be why. Okay. Okay. That still feels like it's not going to slide on there, but you know, if it works, it works. Come on, work.
I got it the right way now? No, I have to have it the right way. Come. Oh, come on.
Okay. Ugh. Alright, stopping for a second so I can look at the pieces again.
Sure I've got these the right way. Pretty sure that's a yes. Now let me grab the piece I flung over here. Up. And of course it popped off there. Alright, got it back together again. There we go. I think I just didn't have it pushed up enough. It feels like it's pushed up enough now, but at the same time, it also doesn't feel like it's pushed up enough. Now I'm trying to use the jets as like a leverage tool to, like... trying to see how this goes together, because... Wait. Like, I'm not trying to break this piece. So, let me grab the other D20. Is there another D20? No, there is not. It's this piece or nothing. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna pull off my headphones for a second, because it's compressing. Okay. I may sound a bit farther, but that's because I've got my headphones off. Sorry. I just need to take them off while I'm doing this part, because it's just not... Wait. The way this is facing is not facing right. Oh, I see what the problem is now. Oh, I see the problem now. And I think when this slid a little bit earlier, it was trying to tell me that. There we go. I wasn't paying attention to this enough for the turns. Now that I've done that, and just dropped that other piece, okay. Okay, now that I've got that figured out that way, it goes up and under like so. Okay. It's in there, but it's not pushed. There we go. Okay, then you can, like, you push this forward to, and kind of pull this down a bit to where you can have the jets down, I guess. Because we need to put A10 on these two little things there. So, A110. Okay, this is red piece over here. And it doesn't look like we're going to need well, A19 looks the exact same as A110. Weird. Alright, it does say there are some undergate, which right here, opposite side of it. And then the top undergate. There we go. And then this connects in right. I think it goes through. Wait, what? Like so? No, because... Okay. We're gonna move it just slightly by doing that, and then goes under here, over, and pop it into that gold into place. Come on. Okay, I think I got it. It's kind of a weird fit. Alright, and then we need the H sheet, which is blue, I believe. Yeah, H, and we need number 2 off of it. Number 2's right here. So funny enough, this part that it's actually building right now is on the legs, but it's also not on SD. Wow, they actually made the blue part, harder to get off than most. You couldn't spin that. Alright, it says that this has some under gate as well, namely right here. I might have just clipped off a little too much. And under gate right here. Again, might have clipped off a little too much. Wow. And a little bit of under gate right there. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pop that in like so. And there we go. There's that. So we're going to go to the next page. Alright, so the next page has us have this, and D22. So D21's right here, 22's right here. 22 has no excess undergate. So what we're going to do, grab this, and it goes along here. I can see that it says that that white piece is going to go in right there. So I'll just go ahead and put that there. And it does say that this is going to go into this ball joint here in a second. And then we just snap that together. Shoot. Okay, wait. We have to pull that back a little bit. That does not go on yet. We have to put this in on the foot first. Yeah, that's confusing. But then we put this together because it snaps it into place, I guess. Makes it to where it's not going to come off. The foot's not going to come off. Yeah. So far, yep, this is the right leg. And we have our little golden jets for when we do super mode. So now we grab the G sheet again. And we're going to need the F sheet, which I did not actually grab. So let me grab the F sheet. The F sheet. So the G sheet, we need G9. G10 was here, G9's right here. Does it say there's any? Alright, the F's are going to have some under on them. Alright, so we're going to do this in order this time. So G is the first thing it says. It says from back, this goes in. Where? What does it say this goes in at? Okay, so part of this is going to be going into something that connects up top here, so it's up here somewhere. I just can't see where it's going to sit. Because it's not down low, it's up high. So next we're going to need 19 and 21 on F. Here's 19, here's 21, right side by side. I will go ahead and move my PNG to the left side of the screen now, because I look like I'm in my way. So that's 21. Here's 19. Okay, so 19 says we have one piece of undergate right here. And then on this one, it says we actually have two pieces. One right there, which was mostly snipped, and one over here, which I do see it. It's very tiny right here. Alright, so the next thing is it does say that this gets linked in on here. So wherever this is going, it goes there. And then it does... Oop, another piece of hair. Ugh. The sad part is I have my hair up in a ponytail. And it's still in the way. Okay, so... Okay. Here it is. I think. No. Wait. Yes. No, maybe so. See, the problem is, it's... wherever this goes is like soon after covered by the... Okay. So you just kind of had to hold it there for a second while you pop it in. Okay. And then this one just goes on the opposite side. And pops in. Alright, so there's a little more. Looks like a G piece, an F piece, and an A1 piece. So G7. 8's here, 4's here, 6 is here, 7's up here. 7 has got... 7 has two pieces of under. Looks like all three of the pieces have under on this one. Alright. Granted, this one also decided to pull off some of the sprue, so... And the under part is like really close to where the sprue connected. So... Alright, so there's that. Then we need A127. It's this big piece right here, the leg piece. So we're just gonna cut it in one spot, which is at the top, and spin. Come on, you stupid thing. Get off there. Spin, 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 spin. Okay, there we go. Now, that did come off with a lot of flash. So we're gonna just nip the flash and go for the undergate, because there is undergate on this. There, and then it mentions one at the top. Yep, right by where the flash was. So that piece right there, and then the final piece we're gonna need for this part right here is F9. Right here. We'll just snip and spin. And then we'll check where it says we have flash, which is down at the bottom. Two small pieces of undergate. Alright. this goes into the back half. And then this one goes in the front half. There's that part, and this goes right here. And then this side is what has the last two parts, which is F22 and G17. So 22's down here. And both of these parts have some kind of undergate, so we're gonna, as we go, cut any flash and any undergate. Undergate. Alright. So there's F22 and then G17. 17 is, here's 16. Here's 17. Which on that one we'll go ahead and cut it out completely. That way there's not much flash. Still a little bit, but not much. It's only got one piece of undergate right here, side a piece that we actually do need, so gotta be careful there. But pop G17 in, grab your piece right here and pop that magical piece in. And you now have the right leg. The right leg of Shining Gundam. That took, oh my god, so much work. Now, I'm looking over the left leg specs, because first off, we're going to have to switch the I sheet and the E sheet, but I'm not sure if we're going to need to switch out. We are still going to need the C sheet. I have it off to the side here. But I'm not sure if we're going to need to switch out to the A. No, we still use A1. Okay. But we do use A2 later. So we are going to need all of the rest of the sheets. We're going to need A1, but we're going to need these three as well. E, and we'll need the C sheet back. C, 44 and 42, and E2. Yeah, like I said, 42, 44. And the C sheet doesn't get used for the rest of this section, so I'm just going to put that off to the side. And then the E sheet, E2. Alright, so there's that. As per the same as last time, you grab this piece, look at which direction it needs to be facing, Pop that in. Grab this. And pop that together. Then we need E's 3 and 4, and to do the same thing we did with 3 and 4 last time. So 3 and 4 up here. It's 3. There's 4. Follow the instructions implicitly. It makes it a whole lot easier on yourself. Goes that way this time. Then we grab this piece, look at the orientation. Push it in, and then rotate. And it's already looking like the opposite of the other one. Alright. So now we 13, 14, and G16. So we'll grab G again. Oh, 16 down here. Okay. And remember, 13 and 14 are going to have some undergate. 13, 14. Put 14 down, look at 13's first. So 13 has undergate in 2 spots. There and there. There's 13's. 14 has it in 2 spots. Up here, which seems to have already been snipped. And down below, where it hasn't been snipped this time. Huh. Weird reversal of the last time. And another weird reversal, we're going to go ahead and put into 14 this time to start. Not 13. Comes in to close it on up. And now we put that piece to the side. Oh, and we're going to need the other foot. Yeah, there's lefty. Alright, so, like I said, we need the other gold sheet. 6, 7, and 9 again. And we might as well go ahead and grab 8 while we're down here. Again, 6 is very temperamental on this sheet. So 6. 7. 8. And we'll need it here in a second. Number 9. Alright. So we'll put the clippers down. Same as last time. 7 goes into 6. Except this time we've learned direction that these need to go in. Other direction we figured out, which is on 8, that we need to have just enough space that that can move forward. Whoop. Okay, that can move forward to be like that, and then we can place that back like that. Now we need the D sheet, which is our big sheet right here. And we're going to go ahead and grab the next 2 pieces we're going to need, because we're going to need another one here shortly. 21 and then 23. That's the only 2 we need off of here right now. So we'll start with 21. So that's what we're going to need immediate, and then 23 is going to be needed up ahead on this piece right here. So we'll go ahead and grab 23 and set it right on top of the sheet. Oh, please don't tell me I messed this one up again. Oh no, it all looks right. So, there we go. That's snugly in there, you can tell because of this side. Alright, now that that's like that, we can bump that out and the jets a little bit. Go. So we need A19. Again, weird that we need A1 for this, but they didn't put it on A2's sheet for some reason. I guess they wanted to have less red plastic on A2, so they put it on A1. We'll put A1 back over to the side because we're not going to need it again. Right, and then we need H3, blue H3. Remember, both of these have undergate, so we need to grab the undergate off of these. That right there. And then these 2 spots right here. And one on the opposite side of it. And then this one has 3 pieces as well. The top, this side, and one on this side. Go. So now we just kind of so we're gonna kind of goes up. Okay, so this one isn't moving as much as the last one did. Come on. I was hoping this one would move more, because it's currently not moving enough. get Lord, okay. Took it a second to push. Nope. We're just gonna do that. Push it right in. It's gonna be able to come back out of its own free will, so. Alright, then we go ahead and just pop the blue on there. So it won't disconnect anything when we do this. There we go. Now we have our little gold jets for the other side, for the left leg. Now we are using this, 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 and this. The first thing is to attach this to this. There we go. Then we attach here. Because if we don't attach here, when we go to attach the next piece, it closes it off and makes it to where we can attach the leg and the foot together. And there we go. Leg, inner workings of the leg and the foot are combined. So now we need 3 pieces, and I'm gonna put my headphones back on. Alright, so we need a G piece and the F sheet, so go ahead and grab the F sheet as well, because we need 2 off of it. G8 up here. And of course, when we look at these, Fs have undergate. It's 20 and 18 on this one. 18, 20 right here. Alright. 20's in my hand, 18's in the hand. Alright, so 18 has 1 piece of under, which this time it was very minuscule. 20 has 3. One is pretty decent sized right there. Then there's over, or no, it only has 2. The other one's over here, and I think already is taken care of. Yeah. Alright, so the first thing is this side. Basically, we put that right there and hold it while we grab this piece and just kind of chuck it on there. Grab that. Do the same thing. So they're all just now on there. Then we need A227, F10, and G7. So let's go ahead and grab G7. These are 6s here, 7's up here. Okay, so alright. That time it came off with a good bit of flash on it. But it's also got undergate around that area too, so there we go. That's clipped and clean. A227 right here. which has its own bit of undergate, and I just had it run some flash as well. There we go. And then F10 right here. Again, has its own little bit of undergate. There we go. There it is. Okay. For a second, it didn't want to snap on, and I was like, oh, did I do something wrong compared to the first leg? And it's like, yeah, I've probably moved a lot too much of this. Alright, so there's that part. Now the last two pieces, G18 and F23. G18 right here. And actually, let's get G18's one bit of. Oh, looks like it came off before it, so we'll just go ahead and snap that on there before we get the next piece. So snapped on, and F23, there it is. We've already been going for about 2 hours now. I will say, I am getting a bit tired, but I'm honestly surprised we didn't build the head and the body unit first. It went straight into the legs. And I can already see what it says the next thing is, because there's the left leg. The next thing is the waist unit. So it's getting the lower body first. And I don't remember if God did the same thing. But there's left and right leg. Okay, let's sort some of these again. So all of... because I'm not sure which pieces are going to be needed for the waist yet. So those are now sorted. Those are my generalized pile. Alright, next, the waist unit. Holy cow. Takes up almost 2 whole pages. Alright, let me look through the pieces real quick. Does look like we're going to have to do some sticker stuff. F unit. Okay, A1's going to have to be used. Looks like A1 gets used for one thing, but mostly it's the general pile. So, we're good there. I'm going to unplug my headphones. I know I don't have much charge on them, but... Alright, so first things first, we need the C... Oh, the C one's the big one. Okay, the big one that we use. That should be in the general pile. 13, 14, and 15. Okay, they're all these three right here. So we're just gonna snip those. Look back to the sheet here in a second. Okay, so now the fun part, because we did not pay attention to which one was which. Okay, so this is 14. None of them have under. Alright, and it looks like the way it's supposed to go is 14 goes into 15 through here. Go ahead and get this a little more flat, a little more flush. And then 13 just kind of snaps in. There we go. And I see a little bit of flash there. And then on this part, we need C40. Good lord. Okay, so here's the 30s. 40, here it is. It's right here, and it's actually... Oh, wow. Okay, so they wanted you to not be able to lose that part. As it is really plasticed in there. Okay, so when you look at the piece, there should be a... From a side profile, there should be a small bump from this, and that goes this direction, like away from the thing, but you push it in there till it goes click, basically. Alright, so there's that. Then we need D18 and C1. Okay, so C1 is right here. We're gonna need C2 in a second, so we'll go ahead and clip it as well, because they're right side by side. Okay, C1. C2. And then we're going to need D18 and 19. So let me find the D sheet. So first D18. Well, they're probably around the same area because they look very similar. They are. They're right here. Side by side. Okay, so just got to remember which one goes where. So 19 is the one that goes with 2. So 19 goes over here. And we're using 18 for the moment. So 18 goes like this. And oh. Oh, okay. So there is a little, like, there's a little bit right there that you kind of push this onto. But yeah, you make it essentially flush with that right there. Okay, so there's that one. And then you do the same thing on this side, but it's a bit easier to see. Okay, and then you take this piece, like this, and it goes in right here. Oh, wait, there's a bit of flash up on that previous piece. There we go. Okay, so we put it in like so. Then we grab this piece and put it right here like so. I have to make sure stuff lines up. because if it doesn't, it's going to look wonky. Gotta make sure it lines up. There we go. So the next thing, we're going to just place that right there. We need 2 D pieces. D12 and 13 should be side by side. Okay, so 12 is right here. 13 is this little itty bitty piece up here. It's kind of sideways on the sprue. Alright, so we've got it. Now let's go back and get 12. Oh. Might have just jacked that up a tiny bit because I just peeled off a good chunk of plastic. Hopefully that won't do too much. Okay, so go to this, and we put it. Of course, they make this a very tiny piece and a very easy piece to, you know, not get right. Alright, you know what? We're going to pull out my tried and true method, tweezers. Because if I can't hold it still enough for this, well, some things don't need to be held still long enough for me to try this. Really? Okay. Well, that was annoying. Even with the light, this is kind of annoying. Okay. I think... Yep, got it. Whew. Okay, so first we plug this in, and then we send that up. So basically that's supposed to be like a little, hey, you've got a base station for this guy, which he doesn't come with one. So now you can open the little hatch, and now he's got a base that works. Alright, so next is a D part, an E part, and an F part. Alright, so let's look at this. F2. Here in a second we're going to need more of these, but I'm just going to go for F2 for the second. Okay, so there's F2. E18. Where is it? Can't be E18. Oh, this is G, not E. I didn't expect it to use an E. Okay, so let me grab one of my E sheets. E18 right here. It's a very small piece. If I need another E18, I'll grab it from the other one. I will here in a minute, so I'll grab it from the other one. It is a very tiny piece. And then D17. 17's right here, so none of these have had under for a minute, so that's good. I just keep accidentally leaving flash on them. Alright, so this, we now turn it this way, grab this, and put this up here at the very top, grab this, and alright. There we go. Now, before we put... There is a F7 we're about to put on here. But before we do that, we're going to grab the sticker sheet. The decal sheet, whatever you want to call it. It's got 2 that we need to put on. 9 and 10. So, 9 and 10 seem to be very tiny stickers. And there's quite a few of them, so... it doesn't look like it says how they should be put on there. I grabbed the wrong piece. Okay. So... where is it even saying to put these? It looks like it's saying in the port. Like in this little port right here, but... hold on, let me go to the back and see if I can discern where it's saying. Of course it doesn't discern that. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah. So, it does discern, it's just trying to tell me to put it in the wrong spot. Like I said, these stickers are very tiny. Very hard to put on. Okay, so 9 is on there. Now 10. What the? Okay, the back literally only showed one of those. It doesn't show the other one. Oh, wait, no, I see 10. I see 10 now. Okay. I don't know what... the places it shows are not the places that the back shows. So I'm gonna... every time I see stickers, I'm going to check the back at the same time. Because, like... it actively said to put those on the... like, it actively said to put them right here, not here and here. Alright, so now we need F7. It's these up here, so F7. Because we're going to need 8 here in a little bit. And there is a bit of underguard on this one, and I do see it. Alright, so then we grab this, and we just pop it on there? Yeah, it should just pop on. There we go. There, popped on. Now, it will be going on this here momentarily. Okay, it gets put into another piece. First, we're going to go over here and build this entire thing. So we need F3, which I said I was going to need. So, yeah. And that's the main piece that the stickers get put on. G or D D16 right here. And the other E sheet, which is over on my right side this time. E18 from this one. Alright. So there's that. Now we'll grab the sticker sheet again, because this time it says 11 and 12. And again, this feels weird, because it says again on the ports. But it also doesn't look like 11 and 12 on there. It looks like it's another 9 and 10. Wait, there are oh no, these are... Okay, the two stickers I put on were different. Okay, so there are two different 9 and 10s. And yes, I am correct, except I put the wrong one in the wrong spot for each one. It was supposed to be two 10s on that one and two 9s on this one, so I'll put a 9 and a 10 on this one as well. And kind of move them to... match up as best as I can. Okay, so there's that 9. Here's this 10. It's not going to look perfect, but... whenever I do Gundams, they never do. Shoot, God Gundam doesn't even have all his stickers on him. But they have two separate 9 and 10s. There's a second set of numbers down here. There's a white set and a black set of numbers. So the numbers it mentioned for these thrust ports are 9 and 10 down below, which is the black numbers, which seem to be a metallic sticker. They are very tiny. Where is it? Okay, it's right there, but I'm not sure which side is facing. Okay, I don't know where the sticker went. Like, that's actually genuine right now. I have no idea where that sticker went. Because it is... Okay, there it is. Whew. It's still there. It's just, it moved a little bit. I will say, if you have no patience, these stickers are a nightmare. When I first built God, the real grade, I had no patience. So that's why he doesn't have all his stickers. Shoot, I barely have the patience for all of this. If God and Shining weren't two of my favorite Gundams, and I've thought about going back to God's and finishing up his stickers. But yeah, you basically just need to have like tweezers with you. Especially if your hands are like mine where they're big and bulky, like that sticker is going to look small on your finger. Tweezers. They are your best friend. Okay, so now we're actually going to do this right. This is supposed to be 11 and 12 in those boosters. If I can get 11 to pick up. There, I got 11 finally. Whew. Honestly, with how I just did it just now, I almost got it in there first shot. There. Whew. Alright, now 12. And when I said they were tiny, you cannot see it. No matter how, like, you can barely see it right there. There's, like, you can see a speck. Like, if I, yeah, it's basically if I put it in front of Soren's hair, you can barely see the speck of, like, where it's at. Should warn RuneKeeper TV and be like, hope you like all the tiny stickers. Okay. So, back to over here, inside the actual booklet. Now we need F8. Up here. And there's the under for it. Alright, there's those two pieces. Now we need F6. Whew. We've almost got the mid-body complete. Alright, so that goes in there. That goes in there. And then all of this gets attached onto this. Looks like it goes on right here. Yeah, right here. Alright, so there's that. Alright, next is A112 and G5. We're almost through the G sheet at least. But I don't think we'll be using it fully until later, because that looks like a face part. But there's the G5 we need, so we'll grab it. And we are going to need another piece here in a sec, but go ahead and put that down and grab A1. A112. Looks like it's over here in this red section over here. It's a very tiny red piece. So next up is this goes right here, and this goes like so. So there's the, I keep dropping these. Alright, now A128. Here it is. And this does say it has a bit of under. Oh, where's the, oh, there's the under. I was like, where's it at? Okay, there it is. And D15. 15 right here. 14 looks very samey. Ooh. That got a little too close on the shear, so I'm gonna, but 14 looks samey, so I'm gonna assume 14 is gonna be the other side. Looks like, okay, so we just match up spots to spots as long as the, oh wait, is it the other way around? I think it is. I think it's like this. It is. So make sure that this is going the right direction. That looks weird, but apparently that is meant to be right. Okay. So next is G4 and G2. So 2's right here, 4 is right here. Okay, so they're right side by side. And it looks like 2 has some... 4 has nothing, but 2 has some spots on it, so gotta check it for any under. Yep, there's 1. There's 2, and it says there's a third one at the top, which I think got taken out with the thing. So now we mash these two together, and then Okay, that looks like a bit of flash. And then slide apparently this in here. Okay, there's that. And then C3, when you use the C1, you have to align with the grooves again. So 3 is over, here it is. It is a very tiny piece. Make sure we don't lose it. So, looks like... Alright, yeah, so there is a circular bit with a groove. You want to align it with the grooves in the thing, and then turn it 90 degrees. So that is the right side, it said. Now the left side. Another D, which is D14. Like I said, we're gonna need D14. But now A228. Okay, so A2's over here, off to my right side. 28 right there. Check for any flash on it. Check for the under sector. There we go. Do the same thing we did last time of pop into place. Put that one down. Now we need G 3 and 1. So these two up here. So 3 is a weird one, so you gotta watch what you're cutting. It does have specific things you don't cut. So just look at the guide and pay attention to what you're cutting. And then G1 is a tiny part. Not real tiny like some of the parts on the rose bits and stuff, but it is still tiny. Now we grab this. It needs to be like so. So you've got the arrow pointing out. Push this down into here until it clicks. And then grab this and slide it on in. Oh, I think this is meant to be the holster for the sabers. Okay. And then C4. That small piece up there. Oh god. Okay. Grab this. We put it in and rotate it 90 degrees. Then we have these two pieces, D24 and F13. So D24 is this piece right here. And F13, so we need the F sheet back again. F13 is this big plate right here, which does say it has some underage. So let's look for the under part. One right there. One at this section, which is labeled as the bottom. And right there. So this, that. Oh shoot, which one was... This one's the left side. So if this is about to be the back, well, it kind of shows which side these were going on because of how they were spun. There we go. There we go. So next is to grab this, tilt it a bit, and put it in, ooh, okay, put it right here, it looks like, and then spin it forward a little bit. There we go. Kind of like so. And then G6, this part right here. Like I said, we aren't completely done with the G page, but we are getting there. Oh, K's LC, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Army. And that's funny, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard. I see you over on YouTube, but I don't understand the joke. I'm guessing there's a joke there. Oh, no. Okay, no. Twitch side, no. Yeah, I'm assuming there's a joke with that. The burning backside thing, because to me, I'm just, I don't know if anyone that made that joke, I guess. Alright. And there we go. The lower half of Shining Gundam made. Whew. And it's even got his golden boosters in the legs. I will say it's not bad. It's really not a bad kit. It's just, whew. Oh, 2 hours in, nearly 3 hours in, and that's all I've got to show for it. Oh, I'm curious now. How long does it take to get through the chest piece? Oh, it shows a section where you get to choose a sticker. Burning Finger, K's Burning Finger's not Shining Gundam's attack. That's God / Burning Gundam's. Yeah, cause that's let me grab him. That's this guy's. That he does Burning Finger. Shining Finger is the ultimate attack on Shining Gundam. As shown again by another one, by SD Shining Gundam here. Let me put him back. Yeah, yeah, there's two different ones and two different attacks. And technically there's a third of those type of attacks, which is the Darkness Finger from Master Gundam. But I don't have Master Gundam here with me. So let me put the feet over there and I'll start, I guess, work on the chest unit. I mean, I always suggest rewatching G Gundam. It's a good series. Alright, so 8 and 9. That's these two right here. And shoot, considering the kits that they're putting out right now, well, it's a good time to get back into it. They're putting out a bunch of new model kits recently. As I'm building right now, Real Grade Shining, I showed off Real Grade God Gundam just a second ago. Real Grade God's about to get a hyper mode, which they very rarely do hyper mode kits. And then C21, where is 21 on this? Right here, okay. And that's just in the real grades. In the high grades, they've been doing the new Shuffle Alliance, because they got, which I've got 3 of them. They haven't put out the 4th one yet. They've got Gundam Rose, Gundam Maxter, and Dragon Gundam. They just don't have Bolt out yet. Don't know why they don't have Bolt out yet, but I mean, there could be a reason. Because they've been pushing them out all on P Bandai, and for some reason, instead of going to Bolt Gundam, the most recent one that they've put out is going to be God Gundam's Hyper Mode. Alright, so now I need A1 for A1 15, 14, 15, 16. Well, if I could flip it over to where I could see the numbers. There they are, red pieces, 14, 15, and 16. You know, I'm going to make this easier on myself. No, I'm not. I don't really like to... Well, they're not going to call... Besides in Japan, they're not going to call Tequila Gundam Tequila Gundam. They'll call it Scud Gundam, but Bull, Nether, Mermaid, Tequila, and Zeus, I mean, you can get them in some of the games, like Mobile SD Gundam G Generation, on the, which is on phone. You can get, I think Mermaid Gundam, the Nether Gundam, and I know Shadow Gundam's also on there. They don't even have God on there yet, actually. They only went all the way up through the Guyana Highlands. Which is an odd arc to kind of stop on. Okay, so then... But no, there's a lot of Gundams they could redo, but since they're redoing all of them as either high grade or real grade right now. So what I really want to see, since of the high grades, the only ones we have right now, well, the newer SD Gundam's it's a mobile game, and it's not that bad of a game, honestly. I have it on my phone. And you get to go through all the different, like a bunch of different stuff. Like recently they just re-added, because they are adding slowly the different arcs, some of the arcs. Like you have a general gist arc
or a general gist of what you get, and then they're adding more. Like they just re-added, or they just added Char's counterattack and Seed Destiny recently. And then from there, they've still got the second half of G Gundam. They've got a bunch of Iron-Blooded Orphans they haven't added. So they've got a bunch on that they can do. But yeah, the high grade kits that they have, besides of course Bolt Gundam, which is one that they need to finish, or need to finish out the new Shuffle Alliance. So I need D3. Where's D3? D3 is right here. I would like to see them redo Shadow Gundam as a high grade. Redo Rising Gundam as a high grade, because Rising Gundam is very much one of those Gundams that's a one-off. Let's see, Nobel and Nobel's Berserk has already got their kit. Dark Gundam, I would love to see, Dark/Devil Gundam, love to see that come back. H7 and 8. 7, 8. Okay. I would love to see a real grade for Master Gundam and Fu and Psyche. The OG Shuffle Alliance, would love to see them as high grades. What else? A full actual Hyper Mode Shining Gundam as a real grade, or a high grade, would be nice. We are getting God Gundam's Hyper, which is nice as a real grade. They had it as a... Oh, these all have... Oh, wait a minute. These all have underage. Gotta look for that real quick. We did get Hyper Mode as a high grade, alongside Master Gundam getting its Hyper for a real grade, but I don't count that too much, because Bandai Kid did something dirty with that one, putting it only on P Bandai. And they did the same thing with God Gundam Hyper this time for real grade, because I about missed it. I actually got it, like, I think the last night you could order it. And it does kind of suck that that is a thing. What other Gundams are there that I would love to see them do as high grade and or real grades? I mean, redoing the new Shuffle Alliance, Rose, Maxter, Bolt, and Dragon as real grades would be nice. But they're already doing really good with the high grades, so you can keep them going as high grades right now. D10. Yeah, Zeus would be a good one. Zeus. Master is real grade. Zeus is a high grade, not a real grade yet, because I don't think he's had that many outings. So I think high grade would be a good start point. Unlike Shining and God, who have had several kits each at the current. Alright, so D7 and A234. D7 right here. So this is where I get to choose a sticker for this one. And A234. A2 is over here. But yeah, 34 is right here. Okay. But yeah, if they put it out, they may or may not call...
I mean, they have been starting to go away from the censorships, so we may get it called Tequila Gundam, but I don't hold my breath for that one. I do believe it is going to get called Scud Gundam again, because even Devil Gundam still want to go towards calling it Dark Gundam, and granted, if it's Japan making the kit, they may go ahead and say Tequila, because that's what they did with the Real Grade God. Is they didn't care about censorship and they called him God. Alright, so we have 3 options for the sticker. Black 20, black 21, and white 59. So let's see. What are my options? Black 20 is green, with the symbol of hearts. 21 is just a green, and then white 59 is just a clear symbol of heart. I think I want the green with the symbol of heart, so we're gonna take 20. Gotta have the King of Hearts logo. Alright, so I'm trying to think what other Gundams there are in that series that I'd love to see, because there is a lot. I will admit, there is a good fair few that I would love to see. Okay, so it looks like here in a second. Alright, we got D1, E19. Each side's going to use an E19, so I need to grab my E's. 19, 19, 19's down here. E19 and then D1. D1 is another smaller piece, so I gotta be very cautious on the clips. Oh, and it just went to the ground. Okay, time for flashlight. Because the floor is a bit darker. I think I see, yeah, I see it. Okay. It didn't move, it did not jump that far from me. And thank God it's not the size of the rose bit stuff. Whew, the rose bit stuff, I would have never found it. Okay, so go to here, go to this. Align with grooves. Tightly fit as far as it will go. And then turn 90 degrees. Now I'll go ahead and place some of this together. So like this one goes right here. This gets moved down. And then on this side I need D2 and another E19. Okay, E19. There's E19. And D2, like I said, was going to be the next one. Again, very tiny piece. Got to make sure I don't cut anything I don't mean to cut. This one did actually come out with a bit of flash on it. There we go. Put it together and spin. And then this one goes here. And then not this piece. This piece comes down on top apparently. And then this gets hoisted onto the ball joint right here. Now we need D4, 5, and 6 right here, 3 in a row. Okay, these pieces are starting to want to fly. There's 5. So I'm gonna just try to catch them as quick as I can in my hand. Alright, I've got 4. 6 is right here. I need 5 though. Alright, there's that. Then we put, apparently this goes and slides in. Oh, okay, so it slides in up here. But it's not wanting to slide. Oh, where's it? Oh, it's down lower than I thought. Okay, so slide it in. Kind of put it up there to where it can get the next piece. So H9. Which is this piece right here. And D11. This piece right here. And we're already almost done with the D sheet, but dang. Okay, so first put on H9. Okay, so it goes into the runners that I tried putting that into, and then this comes up like so. Oh hey, there's the little section for the shuttle. Okay, so next is going to be A2, 33, and 32. So let me grab A2 real quick. Now if I could actually just, Okay, so it's these little yellow pieces right here. I'll be very careful with these. Okay, so there's 33. That's on this side. $33 or 32. I don't. Okay, so this was 32. Is it like this? There we go. Got it. I forgot he had shoulder guns. So those are his shoulder guns. Okay, so now we need H for H5, H6, 5, 6. And we need A119, which is a clear plastic bit. Alright, so there we go. And then we just place them on the body. Or on the lower half. And there we go. We've got a good bit of him done. Thing is, the next part isn't actually... Would have thought the next part would be, you know, like the head unit. But no, it's the arms. The head unit seems to be last. And we've been going for a little over 3 hours. So I think that's a good spot to stop for tonight. Now normally I wouldn't stream on Fridays, but I think I might tomorrow, so I can work up the rest of this Gundam. Because it's gonna there's no way I'm letting this go till Saturday. This would drive me insane. This will drive me insane that it is not finished. So we will definitely pick this back up tomorrow on Friday. Now, what time, you may ask? I'm not sure yet. I might do a bit earlier of a stream than usual. It depends on how work is going. So, but yeah, that's where we got to. We have the arms, the head, the sword. Oh, we still have so much more left. Because it mentions super mode just from the arms. And we don't even finish the arms before it mentions super mode. We've got the head, the core lander, his weapons, all the stickers.
it is going to take a good minute to get through real grade Shining Gundam. So I hope everyone is excited for a Friday stream. And oh, I forgot 2 of the little things. Huh. I was about to put those. I was about to shut that thing without putting B in the clear plastic of. So I hope everyone is excited for a Friday stream. Very rare treat. It is an exceedingly rare treat, I will say, because like I said, I do not usually stream on Fridays. So, yeah, you guys are getting a rare treat of a Friday stream. So, don't go anywhere, anybody. We are going to, at least Twitch side, we're going to raid out. So don't go anywhere. Let me just move Shining so I can get my keyboard back. Alright, so, like I said, Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to raid out. Let me see who's live still. Or who's live and who's not. Ooh, I see someone we could raid into. So, we are going to raid into... Where is she? Where is she? Right. Brain. Right here. We are going to raid into Miss Zombie Pandemic, who is playing Rivals. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow to finish up with Shining Gundam. Until then, take care everyone. Bye.